I'm so excited for what I'm about to talk about. So today, or this weekend has been a really busy weekend for me. So on Friday, I did the Year of Yes event. So I met up with about 15 incredible women came out, and I ran a really cool event that helped women map out what their goals were for the year and then how to actually accomplish them. We broke down limiting beliefs, we did energy clearings, we did a whole bunch of really cool stuff. And so today what I want to talk to you about is one question that you can use to help you create your Yes Supply life. So as you're joining, as you're coming in, say hello. I want to know that you're here. If you're watching this later, let me know that you're watching it on the replay, and make sure you share with your friends. Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for all the hearts and all the love. So over the weekend, I did my Year of Yes event. This was my first time running the Year of Yes event. I was joined by one of my really good friends, Alyssa Coleman. She's a productivity coach, and she helped the women map out their year too. And I really wanted to come on here and share with you a question that you really need to ask yourself. You need to be asking yourself and re-asking yourself over and over again if you want to design your life the way you want it. So it's my mission, my job, to help you create your Yes Supply life no matter what you've overcome, right? I know a lot of us have had maybe different obstacles. We've had to overcome hardships in our lives, right? And sometimes when we look back on all the hard things that we've had to go through, we think, oh, it's going to be too tough. I'm not good enough. I'm not rich enough. I don't have the resources. I don't have this. I'm not smart enough. I'm too shy, whatever. What I really want to show you is no matter what you have had to overcome in your past, you can create the life that you want. And I was doing a talk for this female-focused brunch on Saturday, and I was saying, I think that this is my mission in life, and that's why I had to go through so much crap to get to where I am, just so I can be proof of what is possible for you guys. So what I want you to do is ask yourself, do I actually know what it is that I want, right? Because the only way that you're going to be able to create the life that you want for yourself is to first know exactly what it is. So what I want you to do where you are right now, or if you're not at home or you don't have a journal around, do this later, come back and watch this later, is grab a journal and write down these different areas of your life. So write down business/career, write down money/wealth, write down lifestyle, write down relationships, because relationships are super important, and then write down health. So these are 5 major points of your life, and they have to be positive. They have to be in flow in order for you to have a good life. And whatever goals you have for that area of your life are possible for you. You can achieve them. You can create the life that you want. But first things first, you have to know what it is that you want. So now go to each of these areas. This is the exact same exercise we did on Friday. We did a ton of stuff on Friday, but this was one of my favorites. Go to each of these areas. So for example, money/wealth. Go to this area and ask yourself, what would I ask for in this area of my life if I knew the answer was going to be yes? Okay? And that's a very powerful question. This is a very important question to ask yourself, because a lot of the times people are so used to settling, right? They say, well, maybe because last year I earned $20,000, this year I can earn $25,000, right? You're not asking yourself for what would you ask for if you knew the answer was going to be yes. You're asking yourself, well, what do I think I can do based on what I did before, or what might work out, or I don't want to aim too high because what if I fail? Forget that. If you're going after a goal that doesn't excite you, you're not going to put in the effort and energy. The goal has to excite you. The goal has to scare you a little bit, at least, in order for you to gain that energy and gain that momentum to put in the effort that it takes to make it possible. So instead of asking yourself, what do I think I can do, or what seems plausible, or what did my mom and dad and sister do so I could probably do it too, instead ask yourself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes? Okay, so dream big. Okay, dream bigger than you've ever dreamt before, and dream bigger than maybe what your friends are doing, your family members are doing, your cousins are doing, the people in your school are doing it. Because just because the people around you are only doing a certain thing and they're keeping themselves small does not mean that you have to stay in that container as well. Okay? Someone's saying, I can't actually read the comments. I can't see them properly. So ask yourself that question, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes? And I see you guys are adding lots of hearts, so thank you so much. I appreciate the hearts. If you like what I'm saying, put a few hearts there. Let me know that you like what I'm saying so I know what kind of content to create for you, okay? And if you're watching this, say hello. I want to say hi. I want to know who's here. If you're watching this on the replay too, let me know that you're watching it on the replay. So awesome to see you. So go through each of these areas and ask yourself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes, right? Because how often are you the first person to say no to yourself? And how sad is that? You know, you could maybe go after the job that you want, or you could create the business that you want, or you could apply to the school that you want, or you could form that friendship that you want. But because you're saying no to yourself, you're making the assumption that, oh, well, what if it doesn't work out? Or what if they reject me? You're making up all these ideas in your head of what could go wrong. And so you play small. And you don't need to do that. You don't need to play small. And the thing is, when you decide to play big, when you decide to assume that the best case scenario is going to happen for you instead of the worst case scenario, when you decide to ask yourself, well, what would happen if I tried? You know, what would happen if I just went after the thing that I've never gone after before and just saw what happened? When you do that, when you get a little bit outside of your comfort zone, you actually stretch your comfort zone and you're able to see how much you're able to accomplish. And this was so true for me too, because a few years ago, I never started, a blog. I had never done a live stream. I hadn't grown a social media following. I hadn't created a coaching business. I had never done it before, right? My past did not dictate my future. My past results, the past things that I had created were not a sign of what I was capable of. The sign of what I was capable of are what desires I had deep inside me. And so if you have a desire deep inside you to do something bigger, to do something better, to experience more things, to adventure, that right there is a sign of what you're meant to create, okay? Your past is not a sign of what you're meant to create. Your desire is a sign of what you're meant to create, okay? And so even before I had created this, even before I knew it was possible for me, I decided to dream big. And I decided to do the things I had never seen anyone around me do before. And I looked at people who were far ahead of me. I looked at maybe Bob Proctor or Tony Robbins or Marie Forleo and all the people who were doing it big. And I said, you know what? Instead of, aching and saying, oh, I wish I could do that kind of thing, but I don't know how to do it. Instead of being upset about it or jealous or envious, I instead was grateful that people like that existed, because the thing is, if you can see someone doing the thing that you want to do, that is proof that it is possible. Okay? Most people who you see who are doing great, incredible things, it's not because they're smarter than you or they started off with more resources than you or they're more deserving than you or anything like that. The only reason that they are there is because they made a decision. They asked themselves, what would I ask for if I knew the answer would be yes? And then they said yes to themselves. That is the thing that you need to do, okay? Right? Because we all been there, and I've been there too, when, there's an opportunity that you want, and instead of going after it, you say, oh, no, I could never do that. And that is what you need to eliminate from your life. So go through each of these areas of your life, and I see some questions coming up, and I'm going to go back and answer all of them at the end. By the way, guys, if you like what I'm saying, leave hearts. I love to see the hearts so I know what kind of content you want from me. But go through each of these areas and ask yourself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes? And then decide to say yes to yourself. All right. Oh, thanks for all the loves, guys. That's so cute. So first, in money and wealth, ask yourself, what would I ask for if I knew if I knew the answer would be yes? So maybe it's making a certain amount of income every month, and maybe it's making it in a different way, right? Because I used to work in a job that I was completely over. I used to be in retail, folding sweaters all day, doing the exact same thing every single day, and it drove me nuts, okay? And for some people love retail. If you love it, all the power to you. I'm so happy for you. But for me and my skill set and, the way my brain works and the story that I had to share, I knew that it was not right for me, and I could not wait to get out of there, okay? And so I asked myself, well, I know I don't want to be here. Where do I want to be? Okay, I had to create a vision of how did I want to make money, because I did not want to make money from selling sweaters, okay? Then after you figure that out, ask yourself the next area of your life. What would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes in business and career? So if you want to start your own business, then ask yourself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes in business? And write that out. I want a business where I get to travel the world. I want a business where I get to coach people and help them overcome their obstacles in life. I want a business where I get to sit in front of my computer all day and blog about the things that I'm passionate about. I want a business where I get to wear beautiful clothes and take pictures for Instagram and get paid by brands to look amazing and live a fabulous life. If you just look around you, you can see so many people are getting paid and making money doing what they love just from being themselves, finding their passion and their purpose and turning it into a business. So that is so possible for you. I've done it. All of my friends now, and it's so funny too, because as you grow in your business and as you grow in your career, of course you keep your old friends and you love them so much, but you open yourself up to new people, new friends who are doing really cool, really amazing, inspiring things. And I'm so inspired by all the new people that I've met in my life and all the cool, interesting ways that they're allowing money to flow into their life in an easy and effortless way. Not saying that they don't have to put in work. Of course, all of them have to work for their money, but when they're doing something that comes from their passion and their purpose and their own alignment, then it doesn't feel like work. You're doing something that feels fun. Right now, technically I'm working, but this is fun. I love being able to share this with you. I get to do this. This is amazing for me. Me and my fiance say this all the time. Sometimes if we're like, oh, I have to answer emails or whatever, we're like, wait, we get to do this. We get to answer emails while we're, waiting for a flight to go back to LA or to go to Bali or whatever. We get to do the things that, years ago we hoped and prayed that we would be able to do, and that is possible for you too. Now, if you're somebody who loves a career, you love working a 9 to 5, then ask yourself, or, sort of a regular job, then ask yourself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes in career? I want to work for this kind of business. I want to have this kind of boss. I want to work in this kind of environment. I want to work with these types of people. And it's funny because in between my retail job and what I'm doing now, I worked at a technology company, and guys, I manifested that job. That was an amazing job that I was very lucky to have to transition from retail to what I'm doing now. So when I worked in retail, I used to picture myself working in an office, and I don't know what the job would be called, but I would be in some sort of tech company, and it would be a startup, and it would be kind of cool, and there'd be lots of young people, and it'd be inspiring, and I would get to be creative. And that is the job that I manifested, and I got the job. I probably wasn't even properly qualified for the job, but because I had a crystal clear vision of the type of space, the type of environment that I wanted to work in, I asked myself, what would I ask for? What would I go after if I knew the answer was going to be yes? And then I expected the best case scenario. I said, if it's possible in the world to happen, why can't it happen to me? And I'm seeing a lot of you guys saying, yes, I'm going to start saying yes to myself. That makes me so happy. Please start saying yes to yourself. That is the most important thing that you can do, because you're put on this earth. You're not put on this earth to suffer. You're not put in this earth to struggle. Hi, Princess. Thanks so much, guys, for the hearts. I really appreciate the hearts, too, because it lets me know that you're liking what I'm talking about. But remember, you are not put in this earth to struggle. You are not put in this earth because it's supposed to be hard. You're put here to learn more about yourself. You're put here to learn what your purpose is. You're put here to learn how you can add value into the world. And you're put here to have fun and enjoy. And if you're not having fun and enjoying, then look for the way that you can, because it's possible for you. I get it. I've been in a place where I've really not enjoyed where I am, and now I'm in a place where I really do enjoy where I am. I got to do an amazing workshop on Friday. I got to speak to an incredible group of women on Saturday, yesterday, and I got to hang out with my fiance today, and it's like literally just such an amazing life that I've created for myself. And yes, of course, I had to put in the work to get here, but I had a crystal clear vision of what I wanted to create it. I took that inspired action. I meditate every day to be like, okay, what inspiration, what ideas do I need to pursue and go after to make it possible? And now it is my truth. Okay, so then go on to the next section. So we talked about what would you ask for if you knew the answer was going to be yes for money and wealth. You asked about business and career. Now I want you to ask yourself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes in my lifestyle? Okay, so ask yourself, how do you want your life to look? And it's very funny because I asked myself this at the beginning of 2017, and I said, I think I want to travel, I think I want to go places that I've never been before. I think I want to explore. And I just had this idea of traveling and being on beaches and taking fun pictures for Instagram and like doing all that fun, cool stuff. And just because I didn't say, oh, that's going to be too hard, or I don't know how I'm going to do it, or whatever. I said, you know what, I think that's what I want. And because I had that crystal clear vision again of what I wanted, it became true. So last year I traveled to Bali. I traveled to Nicaragua on 2 beautiful retreats. One retreat I led in Bali, and one retreat I attended of one of my friends and led some workshops there. And it was a new friend too, so manifested her into my life. I ended up going to LA multiple times. I led a workshop in LA, and then I took some coaching training. So I got trained as a success coach, an NLP practitioner, a hypnotherapist, EFT, all these other different things in LA. And I went back there multiple times. I went to New York. I got to speak in New York at the Girl Boss rally, which was absolutely incredible. I went to Europe with my fiance and met hung out with some of his family there. So I just made the decision, I think I want to travel this year. And that became true for me. And then after all that traveling last year, I was like, I think I actually want to hang out in my apartment because I love my loft. I love Toronto. And I think I want to meet more women in Toronto. And already, it's not even the end of January yet. And I've already, worked out of, actually in December, I was working out of a beautiful co-working space and got to network with some incredible, amazing women. And then just in January is not even done yet. There's a few more days of January, and I've gotten to lead my own incredible workshop with 15 new women from Toronto that I'd never met before. And also went to an amazing event yesterday that I got to share my story and inspire probably 30 or 40 new women that I had never met before either. So literally just crystallizing what you want in your head is going to make it true for you. So in terms of lifestyle, do you see yourself traveling the world and living out of a suitcase? Or do you see yourself, working from home and just having a lot of freedom in your day and being able to go to the gym halfway through the day, or going to yoga, or whatever it is that you want to do, however you want to spend your day, that's possible for you. Next, ask yourself that for your health. Health is so important. I really prioritize my health. I try to eat proper things. I try to drink 3 liters of water. I always have some water with me. And I try and go to the gym or do yoga or something to move my body almost every day, because your health, if you don't have your health, it's really hard to have anything else going for you, right? So ask yourself again, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes in terms of my health? Once you have that crystal clear vision of like maybe the weight that you want to be, or how you want to feel, or how you want to look, or the glow that you want to have, or how much water you want to drink every day, or how many supplements you want to take, then you can just sort of reverse engineer it and make sure you're implementing those habits to help you get there. And last but not least, ask yourself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes in my relationship? And that means relationship with somebody who you love, your partner. How do you want them to make you feel? How do you want to make them feel? What sort of traits do you want them to have? Do you want them to make you laugh? Do you want them to be super generous, chivalrous, whatever that is? Have a crystal clear picture for that. And also ask yourself, what would I ask for if the answer was going to be yes in terms of my friendships? And honestly, guys, I've manifested some of the most amazing, supportive, smart, inspiring friends into my life that I'm always collaborating with, always doing an event or a workshop with, or calling up and asking for advice, or they're calling me and asking for advice. And it's so important to have a circle of people around you that you trust, that you can lean on. There's no point in doing all this if you're going to feel alone. And you will, as you start to pursue different passions, and as you start to grow, and as you start to sort of develop into the best version of yourself, into the higher self version of you, you will meet other people who are meeting their own potential, who love to live and work and operate from a place of excellence, who will inspire you and help you do so many incredible things. So I hope that this inspired you. If you are here watching right now, I see a few people watching right now, say hello. I want to know that you're here. If this helped you, if this inspired you to think differently or do something differently, leave me a comment. I want to know what what that is. If you're watching this later and you're on the replay, say hi. I want to meet you, muses, in the Yes Supply community. I love meeting you guys and answering your questions in my live streams. You're the reason why I do this, and you're the reason why I'm able to do this. So thank you for being here, supporting, watching, liking, following, and sharing. So if you know anyone who needs to hear this message, please hit the share button. I would really appreciate that. And to wrap up, if you're just hopping on now, I see a few people hopping in right now. Ask yourself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes in all the major areas of your life? Have a crystal clear picture of what you want to create. I got this from the event that I did on Friday, and I was like, I need to share this with the girls who follow me. When you know crystal clear what you want in the different areas of your life, that's how you're going to be able to take the steps that you need to manifest it into your life and make it your reality. And it will happen through the actions that you take. And also because you're focused on it, because you know what you want, because you're feeling good that it's possible for you, the universe will also help you co-create that, and it will manifest into your reality faster. So guys, thank you so much for joining. Now I'm going to go back and answer all the questions. So if you want to hear what questions people asked, stick around. If you want to ask me some more questions, leave them here and I will answer them. And I love you, muses, so much. Remember that you are inspiring. Your yes is so possible for you. Thank you for joining. Okay. So I see Colleen. Hi, Risa. I'm watching this live. I realize I need to be more positive when I am. So much more is manifested. Thank you for confirming that. Thank you for joining. Princess says, wow, that's amazing. Hi, Princess. Thank you so much for joining. And let's see. I saw a few questions come in. Hi, Yoga Hitch. You say, thanks a million. Oh, you returned the favor. Best of luck to you. Okay, great. Arizona said, I love seeing you at the Monday Girl Brunch. It was so great to see you at the Monday Girl Brunch. Shafin Shahid says, I need to say yes to myself more. Hello. Hi. Someone's commenting all bunnies. That's so cute. Vane Annie says, hi, Reese. Can telling yourself no can telling yourself no can also be not so in a specific way, like delaying, postponing situations? Yeah, so if there's something that you know is positive for you, maybe it's going after a certain project, maybe it's doing something that you know will really, really benefit you, and you are maybe feeling fear or anxiety or doubt or something that is kind of holding you back, if you're delaying and postponing it, then yeah, essentially you are not doing the thing that you need to do because of fear, and you're stopping the inevitable. If you know that doing something is going to stretch you a little bit outside of your comfort zone, but it's going to be positive for you in the long run, just tell yourself that you trust yourself, okay? Just tell yourself that you can do anything that you want to do. And what I like to do is go into every situation that I go into asking myself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer was going to be yes? Or instead of worrying about the worst case scenario, right? Because sometimes we procrastinate because we assume that the answer is going to be bad, or we assume that people aren't going to like us or something like that. Instead of assuming that it's going to be a negative scenario, instead think about, well, what positives could come out of this, right? So a few years ago, I know for me, I used to be really shy, right? And so I would go into maybe a networking event or a situation that I wasn't really, comfortable with. And I'd have all this fear in my head of like, oh my God, what if people don't like me? What if they don't accept me? What if I don't make any friends? Something like that. Instead, what I decided to do, which really, really changed my life, was I started to go into situations thinking, well, what if I do make a new friend? What if I just go in expecting the best case scenario, and I just go in being super kind, super nice to other people, and just expect that they're going to react in the exact same way back to me? And one of the laws of the universe is whatever energy you put out, you're going to get that energy right back to you, right? So just go into everything with a positive expectation. Go into everything that you're doing expecting that it's going to be the best case scenario, and go into everything with the most positive intention. I can tell you my past, I've gone into situations where maybe I'm not 100% prepared, but I go into it and I just say, well, like, universe, spirit, divine, what can I do so that I'm acting out of the highest intention for everybody that I'm serving, so I can be of the highest service to everyone else in the situation, and also be able to serve myself and my own goals? And when I just go in with a positive outlook, and I just go in hoping to serve and hoping to help others and not focusing so much on me, but focusing so much on how I can help and serve the world, things usually turn out very positive. So try that. I hope that helps you. Simply Good Water says, so true. Tell the masses about the health benefits of, Kagan water. I don't know what Kagan water is. Thanks for the motivation. Amazing. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining. And I don't see any more questions left. So thank you so much for joining. Hope you have an amazing evening, and I will be back with you tomorrow. Mwah. Bye, loves. Bye, muses.